Hey everyone, Andrew Bosserman here, and today I want to take you inside one of my very first IRS audits. It's an experience that taught me some major lessons about small business taxes, and more importantly, how business owners can avoid nasty surprises from the IRS. So, just to set the scene, it begins I'm parked in my Honda Accord outside a nondescript shopping center in the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio. Uh, this is within 1 year of me graduating college, so I'm a very new IRS agent. It's my first solo audit, meaning I'm on my own. I'm not with my manager or a more experienced agent that's been training me through the past few audits. And I'm about to walk into a small hair salon to meet the owner and go through the audit process. But as a quick interlude, here's a fun fact about the IRS. If you're a new agent, or even an experienced agent, chances are you're going to be getting assigned a hair salon or a barbershop audit. Why is that? Historically, these businesses were very cash heavy. Most people paid in cash, which historically made it a bit too easy to underreport their income. Although that's changing a little bit these days with many barbers and hair salons accepting credit cards and other forms of digital payment. But back when I was doing my first audit, this hair salon very much dealt in cash, and it's good experience to get training on cash intensive businesses because you have to go about the audit a bit of a different way to find unreported income. But anyways, so I get out of my car, I walk into the hair salon, greet the owner, and we sit down at this tiny table in the salon. I pull out my laptop and start what's called the initial interview. So this is where an IRS agent asks the business owner all kinds of questions to better understand the business and the tax returns that I'm auditing. So we first go over basic stuff, things like filing status, sources of income, big expenses for the year. Then we get into more of the good stuff, like how exactly does she do bookkeeping and record keeping in her business. So I just ask, basic questions like how do you record income? And fortunately, she has a cash register. That's a good start because at least there's the cash register tape to keep a record of all the sales. And then I start asking, what documents do you have to support your expenses that you claim on the return? And that's when it happens. So she reaches underneath the table and pulls out a literal shoebox full of receipt. And this thing is like overflowing with receipts. Now, for anyone who's ever worked in accounting or tax, this right here is the stuff of nightmares. So I'm having flashbacks just a few years ago to my college internship at the IRS when I spent days sorting through a giant plastic bag of receipts from another barbershop. And honestly, back then, I always wondered, why is the government doing the bookkeeping for these businesses? I was helping another agent out, and it seemed silly I was, being paid to do this, but you do what you're told in the government. But now, now that I'm on my own and a solo agent, I had a bit more experience under my belt. I knew better than to, be a free bookkeeper for the client. So I politely tell the owner, I'm sorry, but if you want credit for these expenses, you're going to need to organize this shoebox and, come up with an Excel spreadsheet or some other listing of all the receipts that summarizes them a bit better and organizes them. And I'll never forget the look on her face, total despair. She was looking at, she was thinking through her mind, the hours she was going to have to spend on going through all the receipts and organizing and totaling all of them. But when all this audit was all said and done, she did end up going back, organizing everything, but she ended up owing over $10,000 to the IRS. And here's the thing, her tax bill wasn't, because of some sort of shady tax scheme. It really boiled down to two easily avoidable mistakes. First, disorganized record keeping. She lost a good amount of receipts and just couldn't prove a lot of her likely legitimate expenses. And number two, tax preparation errors. She prepared the return herself and omitted some income and missed some key deductions and credits. So what's the lesson here for other business owners like you? Preparation for an IRS audit, it doesn't start when you get that letter in the mail. That's way too late. It starts years earlier with good habits around your books and records. So, and also to clear up some common confusion I see, Bookkeeping and record keeping are not the same thing. So, bookkeeping is the process of actually recording your financial transactions, sales, expenses, payroll, everything that goes through a business. And you're going to you will likely use some sort of software, say like QuickBooks, Zero, Wave Accounting, to keep track of your income and expenses and create financial statements. So that's bookkeeping. But record keeping is also very important. And that's pretty much about holding on to the proof. Think of receipts, invoices, bank statements, anything you need to verify the numbers in your books. If someone, say like me back in the day as an IRS agent, came knocking on your door. So, and trust me, organized records not only save you time and stress during an audit, but it also can save you thousands of dollars in tax mistakes and also saves you time during tax season. So just ask the hair salon owner that owns thousands of dollars. You don't want to make that mistake. You want to be organized with your bookkeeping and record keeping systems. So if you're a small business owner, now is the time to clean up your books, get your records in order, and make sure you're working with a competent tax professional. Because the last thing you want to do is end up across the table from someone like me with a shoebox full of receipts that you're going to have to spend hours going through and likely owe thousands of dollars because you didn't keep track of it years ago when you filed your return. But if you're already in that situation, whether you're facing an audit or just received a letter from the IRS, don't go through it alone. Reach out to me. I help business owners like you navigate audits, fix tricky tax problems, and deal with the IRS so you can focus on running your business. So thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe for more, and feel free to drop a comment if you've ever had a similar situation. But until next time, see you later.